What's up, you guys? This might be something I've not ever talked about. This is like something big I really had to bring up, and it's something about like finding parts. And here's the thing I really would be honest and say, but this might really kind of make sense. And I'm not really joking about it because of, I don't like going to junkyards. I don't like having to end up go to a lot of ridiculous odd places and stuff and things I've never really heard about and don't really know about their parts. That's something there. And another thing I really would honestly bring this one up and say that sometimes you can buy some of these vehicles and yet you can buy parts off of them and things and you don't know what some of these things have been through. Some of them have been through a lot of assault. Some of them have been ate up real bad. And yet, whenever they get so old, you can't find most stuff for them. You get a pull apart from one that's really beat up pretty good. Buy one clapped out and things. Here's what I'm saying by clapped out. It's got some really bad rust. It's like boom, you start hitting up on it, and next thing you know, rust starts busting all over the place. And I get to the fact that a lot of vehicles from up north and things are really salted up and things and all that. Depending on how you're taking good care of them, how you wash them out too. And a lot of times people, because of this roadside salt, whenever you drive your vehicle out there in general, it doesn't matter if it's new or old. I really would be honest and say something about this. If you really think a vehicle is really valuable and stuff and things, do not have that vehicle as a daily driver during the winter months and drive it around when there's salt and snow on the ground. Because I'm like, for real, if you're really concerned about all that stuff and things, just don't drive it around the wintertime. Because whenever it comes to wintertime, there's a lot of harsh weather that comes around, and yet you gotta get all that bad stuff up out of there. And it's like, even with mud, could be another thing. I really could tell you about that one. Whenever you get mud up on your tires and things, it could probably leave like a really weird, funny residue upon it. Makes your tire like you're green or something and things. Like, I don't know what that is. It happened to me before. You know, you go to a paint shop, okay, you get all that stuff done, and next thing you know, not too long after, you go mudding. And the thing about it, you gotta understand, whenever you get mud up in your fenders, get mud up in your engine and all that, mud around your wheel wells, the thing about this stuff you gotta understand about going mudding is that you basically get mud up in places you don't want to get it up in. You get up your engine, get it around in really bad parts. And I'm like saying that, it's expensive when some things break. And, you can buy a parts vehicle, but here's the thing about it I gotta say about this. You know, I bought a vehicle, and it's like, I went ahead and I put up a video about it. And you guys could probably tell I had a rod knocking. And the thing about that vehicle, that this is the truth about this one as well. That look like it's been salted up and things and all that. And it's pretty much to me, it should probably almost be a parts vehicle because of, you know, if it's not taken care of before wintertime and things, it's like, because of how bad the floors are, not putting away for the winter, it could be really bad. Because sometimes the floor panels, whenever they're really badly ate up, it could end up being a big major problem. Meaning by the floor panels rust out and start leaving rust pancakes all over the place, up on your driveway and things and all that. And I really would say that's not even as a joke. I've had a vehicle like that before to where it ran and drove and didn't leave me stranded. But the thing about it, it was really getting up there in rust. And I'm not playing about it. Sometimes these old parts and things are old metal. Whenever it gets kind of far gone and things, you have to end up welding it ahead of time. You got to take care of your frames and all that early on and ahead of time because I swear, whenever they get kind of older and things and all, I swear this is a fact. Metal can deteriorate and rust and corrode. Not corrode, but mean by rust out. If I was mean by corrode or what do you call it, like, it's like if your metal's about this thick, you'll get thinner, 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 and thinner, and then next thing you know, you have a big old hole. And the thing about it, it's just people gotta understand. You gotta put some stuff up on it. You could end up buying like a 90s model Ford or something like that. It'll probably be pretty good. Chevrolet, Dodge, whatever. But these unibodies, it's just whenever them things rust, you can't save them really too much. Because I feel like whenever it comes to unibody, you're going to have to do a lot more than loading up a floor. You got to look at your frame panels and all that. Because here's the thing about it. You got to look at the fact that, hey, what's this going to cost me? Where are the parts and all this, It's just so much stuff you got to look at. And yet it's bad enough sometimes whenever you get vehicles and things, and it's just you buy you buy them from a private owner, and yet either you buy them from a dealership. You don't know how much rust that thing's got. You don't know what's hanging up in real weird places and stuff and things. And I swear, it's just vehicles nowadays are kind of complicated to find the real problem, because the reason why I'm saying it, it's hidden up around some of the really oddest places you could ever think of. Sometimes a lot of faulty wires, loose connections and things, and sometimes the wires just you don't know, like it's been like somebody has been messing around with it or just burned out. That's something about old vehicles. Or either it's sit around for a certain amount of time, a rat actually went ahead and have rat's nests up in it, and next thing you know, start chewing at the wires and all that. Or either just they just got old. Or somebody just said, hey, I don't need this stupid wire and all that, and they just cut it out. But the thing about all this stuff, I'm really saying that it's just, buying a parts vehicle, and sometimes you may not have a choice. And yet you get to do your proper searches and things and all, but sometimes you can find them in the oddest place and there's not enough resources to find it. So I would just say this one, you know, it's just funny on how many people are looking around for parts whenever their vehicle gets wrecked or gets hit, and yet they have nowhere really to go with it, and they don't know what they're going to do altogether, because I feel like it's complicated with vehicles. It's a challenge to deal with them, and it takes a lot of time and interest just to work on them and put them together, take them apart, put new parts up in it, bolt them, weld them, and whatever and all that. But the thing about it, I can tell you this: some of these projects are very long and they're consuming. Don't get me wrong about it, but the thing about it, you can buy a vehicle, you can think that, hey, it's going to be cheap. No. Sometimes these vehicles, I really would tell you, they are really costly, and sometimes you got to think before making a lot of rash decisions with these things. So I'm about to end this one. So like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.